Hey everybody, Adam Savage in my cave with another piece of technology love. A few months ago, I covered the masterpiece that is the Nagra 4S reel-to-reel stereo field recorder. It is the king daddy mommy. It really is like the god of reel-to-reel field recorders. It's an amazing piece of kit. I'm so happy to have one in my collection. And when I say my collection, I do think of myself as a technology collector, among other types of collections: costumes, yes; spacesuits, yes; suits of armor, etc. But I really do love collecting pieces of technology I think are spikes on a graph, like really, really remarkable pieces. And this is one of those. And it's also just a bit of fandom, because this is the tape recorder from the opening sequence of the show Mindhunter, starring Jonathan Groff, about the first FBI profilers. It is frequently thought to be a Sony TC-510-2 reel-to-reel, and the answer it is it is and it isn't, because the one in the film, the one in Mindhunter, is actually a Sony TC-5550-2, which is the Japanese version of the same reel-to-reel that was actually in production in Japan for far longer than the TC-510-2 was available in the US. I think this was sold until the late 90s. I have to give a shout out right now in this video to Matt Taylor from Techmoan. His video from 4 years ago, chronicling this recorder and naming all the pieces of kit that are also in that opening sequence, is what finally galvanized me to finally go looking. And luckily on eBay, this Japanese one was up for sale. It's in fantastic condition. You'll see in the close-ups. And I've also assembled all the other pieces. So I've been waiting to take all these boxes apart. So in addition to the recorder, I want to just get all this out. There is a Sony microphone base, which I was able to find. In fact, these run about 40 bucks on eBay. I still need to clean this up, but I will. These run about $40 on eBay. I managed to find this one for 40 bucks with a 1-point stereo electret condenser microphone. This has two 1/4-inch outs. This is actually a nice microphone. I was able to get it for free for this. And then the actual microphone that is in the show, visible in the show, is not that one. It is a Superscope EC5 cardioid. Again, I would not have known this but for Matt Taylor at Techmoan, who lovingly recreated the entire opening sequence of Mindhunter in order to talk about this piece. He also uncovered some wonderful things about it that I had already known from the RPF, and I'm going to talk about those. So we're going to put this on here. There we go. Good. And then this microphone, this is the correct mic. It's actually a really good looking microphone, this EC5 cardioid. And that sits there. And that is the correct microphone. And I even went and found some newer metal reels. But I have a truth to tell you, which is that the needs some winding up. Ooh. You don't want to let these things unwind. They can be a pain in the butt to wind back up. So this is force bar. Oh, there's actually music on this. Oh. In the show, they look like Ewer spools, but they are not. And the reason I know this is because my acquaintance, pal, fellow prop maker Ken Palco of Kenny's Custom Props actually did the detailing for this recorder for the show Mindhunter, and he chronicles it in a thread on the RPF. So, right. I managed to obtain this with the power supply, which is great. I didn't necessarily want the D-cell battery pack. I mean, look, I'm going to go looking for the D-cell battery pack for this. But if I had to have a choice, I would have rather had the plug-in transformer, and that's what this one came with. It was represented by the seller as very clean, and that is accurate. It is very clean. And I can lock that in there and then turn it on. Let's see here. Oh, lights. Aziz light. Oh, man. I mean, so when you look at the close-ups of this piece here in my shop, actually, now I'm coming on over. Yeah, it just feels like the microphone should be there the whole time. When you look at this really close up, you might notice that even as clean as this is, it does not look necessarily as clean as the one from the show. And that is because David Fincher was so particular about the perfection he wanted out of the visual of this tape recorder that Ken Palco actually built between 40 and 60% of the upper part of the tape recorder from scratch in order to make parts that had no visible scratches, no blemishes whatsoever. The Sony logo was actually removed, and the reels themselves were custom cut. And apparently, according to Kenny's custom props, Fincher spec'd a 4mm radius on this cut with a walnut shell medical grade bead blast finish. If I ever meet Fincher, I really want to ask him about this particular fact because I love that specificity so much. Of course, they removed the Sony logo because it's television. On Tecmone, Matt Taylor had trouble finding the TDK leader, and it's actually because it doesn't exist. There was another brand name visible on the leader, and I think it was Sony, as they were threading, and apparently that wasn't cool. So they digitally replaced the logo type on the leader, and when you're watching those opening credits and a finger is moving that TDK, repeating pattern TDK leader, it is literally, it doesn't exist. It is just a figment of someone's imagination. This machine has been checked. I don't have a take-up reel right now, so I can't play through it. I only have one reel. Is that really true? Oh no, I might be able to. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I do have a take-up reel. So we get to try this out. These reels, this was made by a custom reel company whose name I forget at this very second, but I will try and find them and put them in the description. All seems to be working. I don't hear anything. Let's try fast forwarding. Oh. I guess there's not music on there? Is that really the case? I really don't know how to, wait. Line, mic, source, tape. It's backwards. I Is it copyrighted if you're playing it backwards? That's an interesting question. Here, let's rewind this. Wait. Okay, that's fast forward. Oh. All right, I don't want to force anything here for all the obvious reasons. And I will get better at using this and actually use it to record something because that is its due. It is a piece of technology that wants to be used. I'm glad to add such a beautiful piece from a great show. I really, really like Mindhunter. I have my issues with FBI profiling in and of itself, but that is totally separate matter. The show is great. I specifically love Anna Torv. Anna Torv? Yeah. The partner of Pedro Pascal from The Last of Us, who, yes, she's in the early part of the season. No spoilers. I'm so sorry. Anna Torv is amazing. Mindhunter's a great show. That opening scene is some of the most beautiful technology love I've seen in a show. It almost feels like a digital sequence. It's a classic Fincher. And I love the specificity with which he dictated how it was to get shot and how it was to get cleaned up. It's a beautiful sequence, and I just love adding this tape recorder to my collection. And I will do some cleaning up and spot repair and refinement of this. And I promise that the next time I use it, I'll know a little bit more about using it. Thank you guys for joining me for this show and tell. And I will talk to you guys next time. Cheers. Adam out. Hey guys, Adam Savage from Tested here. If you've ever seen the 6-inch ruler in inches and centimeters on my forearm and wanted one of your own, but you didn't want it to be permanent, well, today's your lucky day. You can now buy temporary tattoos of my measuring stick, my measuring forearm, at tested-store.com. Comes like this, goes on in about 30 seconds with a little water. The instructions are on the back. It comes off with rubbing alcohol, and hopefully it warms you up to the idea of permanently attaching a measuring device to your body, because I use mine every single day.